Hi loves, it's Lois here. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a perfect 180-degree flace skirt step by step. This method is very easy and beginner friendly. So if you want a perfect and professional finish, this video is for you. So let's get started. So this is the Ankara fabric we are going to use for this skirt. So we have the waist measurement to be 38 and the full length of the skirt to be 40 inches. So what we need to do is for us to divide the waist by 3.14. But we are going to divide the skirt into two. We are separating the front panel from that of the back, meaning that the flare is not going to be all round because we are going to put pocket by the side. So we are going to add 4 inches to the waist circumference, which is 38 plus 4, which will give us 42. So we are dividing 42 by 3.14. Dividing, we got 13.38. So we are adding the full length to that 13.38, which will give us 53.38. Then we are adding 2 inches for seam allowance, which will give us 55.38. So we are folding our fabric 55.38 into 2. So that is exactly what I have done. So I'm going to use my tape to cross check. After cross checking, then I'm going to pick one side of the edge. See that edge, I'm going to pick it and form it in an angle manner. So I'm going to bring out the zipper allowance, then I'm going to fold it. After folding it into 4, the next thing we are going to do is to take our measurements. Now when you look at the down part, you realize that we are not going to get the full length all round, but we are going to join the down part. Remember, after dividing the waist by 4, we got 13.38. So I'm going to place my tape at the tip of that angle, and then I'm going to mark 13.38 all round. So place your tape at that tip, continue to mark your circumference that you got after dividing by 3.14, right? So after marking 13.38, it's time for me to take the full length of the skirt, okay? So I'm going to take the full length of the skirt. Remember, we are going to put a waistband to this skirt, and we are using 3 inches for the waist. So I'm going to take 2.5 inches. I'm placing my tape from 2.5, and then I'm going to take the full length of 14 inches. And equally remember that we added 2 inches for seam allowance. So we are marking total of 42 inches, right? So I'll place my tape from minus 2.5, and I will continue to mark 42 inches. So this is me marking 42 inches all round. I will keep marking 42 inches until I get to the end of the skirt. So we are done marking, so we are going to cut the skirt out. After cutting the circumference, we are going to cut the down part of the skirt, okay? So after cutting, we are going to use the pieces we have to join the down part of the skirt. After joining it, we are going to pin it first of all. See the way I'm going to pin it? That is exactly how we are going to pin it all round to complete the length of the skirt at that point. So after joining it, I'm going to use my sewing machine to secure that area. So after securing that area with my sewing machine, I'm going to open it and iron it very well. Then after that, I will bring it and show you. So I'm done joining and ironing. See the joining part, see how it is looking. We've ironed it all out. So it is time for us to cut the exact length of what we have. So we are going to use our scissors to cut it out, okay? So after cutting it out, the next thing we are going to do is to separate the front panel from that of the back. The zipper is going to be at the side of the skirt. So we are not going to, the back is not going to have double slit, okay? So we are going to slit it one side so that the panel will just be 2 instead of 3. So if you want your zipper allowance line to be at the back side, it then means you are slitting it into 3, okay? So now we are going to slit it into 2. So after slitting, we will have the front panel and that of the back panel. So we slitted this in order for us to have our pockets by the side. So I'm notching the center, then I'm going to open it. So these are the 2 panels we have, one for the front and one for the back. So next we are going to do is to cut our lining just exactly the way we cut the Ankara fabric. That is exactly how we are going to cut the lining. I will bring it and show you. So next I'm going to cut the pocket, okay? So I'm going to place my hand on the fabric and then I'm going to cut the pocket. So with the way I placed my hand, I realized that the tip part of the pocket was small. So while cutting yours, please make yours wider, okay? So after cutting the pocket, the next thing we are going to cut is the waistband. So I had to cut this pocket twice again. So this is the waistband. We have 3 inches for the waistband. So this particular one I cut will not be enough. I'm going to cut another one to add it up. So this is total of 3 inches that I cut. I will cut another one to complete it. So I'm done joining the lining to the flare for the two sides. So this is it, guys. I joined the two sides of the lining to the material, and I did the same for the downside using crinoline to turn the downside. So there is a detailed video on the channel on how to fix crinoline on a gown, either with lining or without lining. So after turning it to the front side, this is how it is looking. So it is looking very neat inside out. So next we are going to talk about the band, and if you stay on it and folded the two sides half inch inwards and ironed it. And then what I'm going to do now is to talk about the front side. So that front side, I'm going to turn the band halfway and sew it. After sewing it, I will flip it inwards in order for me to have clean edge at the front part. Okay, so it is time for us to fix the pocket. To do so, we are going to mark 7 inches from minus 2.5. I'll mark 7 inches. After marking that 7 inches, at that point I am going to put my pocket. So I'm marking the back side as well, so that it will guide me on what point to put the pocket. So I placed my pocket at that point, and then I will use my pin to secure it. I'm securing one side of it first of all. So after securing it, I'll turn it to the other side, you see. So that part that I put my chalk, that is the part I am going to put the next pocket. So I will do the same as I did for the first side. I'm going to secure it with pin. Then this is the second part of the skirt. I'm going to pin it as well, just the way I pinned the first panel. So after pinning it, the next thing I'm going to do is to use my sewing machine to secure those pockets. So after pinning, I'm going to use my sewing machine to secure them, and we are going to top stitch it to the pocket side. So after top stitching it, the next thing we are going to do is to place the panels together. The front and the back panel, we are going to place it together. So after placing the front and the back panel, we are going to take the waist measurement. So the waist is 38 inches, so we are dividing by 2. After dividing 38 by 2, we got 19 inches. Then we checked what was left, 3 inches. We divided it by 2 again. We got 1.5, so we had to mark 1.5. So from that 1.5, we are going to sew it and connect it to the pocket side and sew it all the way down. So next, after sewing that other part, we are now going to work on this other part. We are not just going to sew it the way we sewed the other part. So this is the waistband we are using. We are going to fold it into two, the back side, and we'll sew the front side to have clean finishing. After sewing it, we are going to place it on the waist. Okay, so we are going to put the waist inside of the waistband by half an inch, and then we are going to sew it all the way around. After sewing it, this is what it is looking like. So we are going to measure what we are going to use for our zipper. So we are going to mark it by 1.5, and then we'll install our zipper and sew it. So see how perfect this skirt is on my client. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a huge thumbs up and share this video with someone who loves sewing. Don't forget to subscribe for more easy sewing tutorials on my channel. I am Lois, Addah.